Hello everybody and welcome back to episode 14 of Cave Factory. In the last episode we finished this and you seemed to really like it. And in today's episode we're gonna start working on the rest of the base because it seriously needs some love. Since I got the night vision trinket, I've been using night vision everywhere because it's just easiest for you people on YouTube to see everything. But I think it's nice to play around with lighting, so I turned off my night vision, as you can see, and here everything is bright. And how is that bright, you may ask? Well, we have Torchmaster, which means that we have feral flare lanterns, which basically just place invisible torches everywhere, and it lights up everything. So I put one there in the middle, I put one here in the back, and one on the other side as well, which means that everything here is lit up. We also have some of these blaze lanterns in places, which makes it nice and bright, and I think that's cool. But putting the chisel and bits things that we had before, I had them like in the middle here. Those do really weird lighting glitches. I can show you in a moment here. Let's take this and then this. You can see that block is just a tad brighter than the blocks neighboring it, and it's looking ugly in my opinion because of lighting glitches, this and everything. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to have everything nicely lit up with feral flare lanterns. So we can put those in the back of our machines and everything, and it's just going to light everything up. Like if I wanted to, I could just toss one down here, for example. Here in the middle of the base, I have moved my creative capacitor down here because I want to have a little bit of glass and a little bit of glass on top as well, where I want to house my creative controller. And that's just going to be like, it's in the middle of the base. It's going to be showing it off and it's going to look really cool. So all of this in the middle has to be moved somewhere. And I still have no idea where I want to move it. I think it's just going to be like a wall somewhere with crafters and requester on one side and then all my controls on the other side. Because we don't really need to have this centralized. It really doesn't make a difference. And we can just use network transmitters and receivers everywhere else. And this is kind of protruding into my portal room, so we need to remake the end portal somewhere, and we're going to move our nether portal to some other spot. I'm going to figure where that's going to be. But for the moment, I need to move this creative controller up top, which means that my refined storage system has to turn off for at least a brief moment, which then also means that I need to turn off everything that I have going in the base, and I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. These need to come off. And I think what we're going to do for the moment is we're going to take this off, put this on, and then give it a flux point. Like that. So we now have the creative controller that we can play around with. We can just break these cables. I was trying to be fancy. But in here, we need to go in the middle, which is going to be this. And then we're going to run a cable up here. And then I think up here, we can run it over and down to everywhere where we need it to be. And here we can just have a little bit of glass. I have an issue here, and I went into creative because we need to remove this. I don't have, I think, a vanilla way to do this, but we're just gonna do it in creative. I need it removed. And you kind of can move the portal frame, but you can't move this. At least I don't think you can. So we're gonna do that and now go back to survival. Well, that was a little bit of building, wasn't it? And to explain what I'm trying to achieve here, I want to have enough network transmitter receiver combo things to go in all 4 directions of the base. And I think 6 per side will be plenty. So we're gonna have 3 in the floor, 3 in the ceiling. And the way we're gonna hook this up actually is if we come in here with our creative controller and get stuck out of glass, please, thank you. We're gonna have a cable that's gonna run through a blaze lantern, which means it's gonna be a cover, but it's gonna be a hollow cover that you can put on like this and then run a cable like this. And if we go back here, we can just run this cable all the way down to this, and that should turn on into those like that. And I'm gonna do that on all 4 sides. To connect these bottom ones, we're just gonna have a network receiver here somewhere, and we're gonna hook it up to the middle here, to this network transmitter. And I think that should power everything down here. There we go. And we can just hide everything like this. Which means that now, because I linked this one, we have power over here and we can attach our grids and everything in this corner, or this side, I should say. And spaces in here, we're gonna have requesters for all the things that we need to have on demand in the system. For example, like planks and chests and stuff like that. And then over here, we're gonna have the crafters for all the recipes, and I can organize them in a cool way. Over here at our ore processing behind the scenes, we were using this network receiver to just transmit power to this drawer controller and to the furnaces down below. And now I run it all the way over here to run to this drawer controller, which is hooked up to all of these drawers. Before we had one right behind here in this gap, it was right here. And it kind of can't be there because I don't want to use 2 network receivers for just one operation here. It's time to move everything over. I'm just going to shift right click this here. So we don't have a wireless transmitter right now because this guy is right in here. And I need to put you somewhere. Can you put upside down? Ha, you can be. Awesome. Cool. So that's going to look neat. So we need to move all of this, right? It's turned off. I have in between episodes made a bigger storage disk because I was running a little bit low on space. So we can toss this possibly up here because this is going to be the least access stuff. So we should be able to see everything in the storage disk also, right? So I can see my pipe. Yes. Okay. I can see pipes. So item pipes are going to go on these 3 like this. And then we can just run the pipe over because I don't want to deal with all of these in my inventory. I'm just going to run them over to here. I'm going to go like this. Extract. And it should just clear everything out of here and put it into this first one. There we go. And then I can put it into the next one and the next one with doing this and this. And these 3 should just empty. I mean, I should have probably just done that. Is everything working? It is. Cool. Okay. So I could have just done that. Cool. Awesome. Hooked up. I can see sand in my system. I can see gravel in my system. I can see whatever we have here. For example, diamonds in the system. Works. Neato. And I think it's easiest if we just mark them like this. So for example, this ingot is marking the ore processing, and this ingot is marking the netherite smelter thingy. And it's hooked up to those as well, but it really doesn't matter. I'm generally not the person to build a bedroom. I just sleep in the wiring normally. That's just who I am. So I have built a bedroom this time around. We have a smithing table, we have our flux controller, we have a little barrel for storage of anything, and we have me as a head. And also a furnace that is constantly running. So if you know how I did that, let me know down below in the comments. And I'll possibly, if I remember, feature the comment in the next video as a shout out thingy. Kinda. Something. I'm gonna keep this part and this part as the factory part of the base. And then on this side, we're gonna go down to do blood magic, and we're gonna go up to do botania. And upstairs, we can create like a botanical sanctuary, sort of nature vibe, grass, everything looking really cool. And downstairs, we can do like a whole bloody and creepy basement of sorts. And I think that's gonna be really cool. And I wanna leave it up to you to vote. I'm going to leave a poll down in the description. Botania, blood magic, which do we do first? Let me know. And whatever you choose, we're going to do in the next episode. So, link in the description. I totally forgot that we made machine frames and that we could now make the environmental controller. And we can use this. I think if I place it... Oh, it's so weird because the texture is 2D. And then when you hold it, it's 3D. It's many Ds, apparently. And when you place it, it does the thing. Okay, so we can put in effects here, right? Here's where we're gonna put it. We're gonna put a flux point on it. Because we have infinite power, it doesn't really matter. This is gonna drain however much power it wants. And we can do radius max. We're gonna do height from, can we do height 0? You can't delete the last number. What is this? Can I do like whatever and then go here and delete? Okay, so you can do height 1. Or I go in front of it and do 0. Okay, 0's 1. I think we can do like 200 or something because we're not going to go higher than that. We'll do 256. Right now, it doesn't drain anything because it's not doing any effects. But I want speed, for example. And for that, we need wolves. I think we have wolf bait. Yes. There we go. Those two will do its thing. I'm going to put some lights, I think. Let's just do this for the moment. It's going to remove the lights once we remove it, but for the moment, it's just going to light everything up. Oh, we already have a wolf. Okay. He's a little baby wolf. So let's go away and wait for the other one to do its thing. Okay, first of all, we're going to remove trinkets that damage things while they hit things. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we don't have to kill him because we can just heal him. So you're just gonna be your experiment dog. So we don't need more than just one, actually. Okay, I think we're done. You're all good and happy and healthy. And come with me. Also, you come with me. Oh, that was quick. Okay, come here. Oh, they're gonna make a baby now. Whoops. Well, I have 3 doggos now. Speed module 1, and then we'll make another speed module. Actually, no, we don't. We only need 1 because you upgrade it. Okay. And then speed 2. Speed plus module. Okay. We then go back here. Boom. Oh god, that's super speed. I mean, you know what we can do? Can't you do the whole FOV thing now? Yeah, FOV effects off. Okay, so we still have speed, but we have regular FOV. This feels a little bit weird. I'm gonna try the 1 module, I think. Yeah, that feels nicer to run. And whilst we're flying, it's still kind of the same. Yeah, that's cool. I'm okay with that. And what we can do is we can do a little bit of FOV because it's kind of okay. Like 10%. 12%. A little bit. I think that's good. Just so you feel that we're a little bit more speedy. I think that's neat. The other module that I want to install is the saturation module, which requires zombies, and you can get zombie spawn eggs by crafting them with zombie charm fragments, and those you get with zombie drops. So, zombie. Oh, you're gonna be on fire. Of course you are. Okay, that was 1 zombie. Because he gets targeted on fire. Come on, quick. I think we got it. Yeah. And the Vexes aren't helping as well. So we have 100% syringe of a zombie, and we're going to do saturation, level 2. And we can toss this in, like that. And now we should get saturation all the time. And this is draining 32,000 RF, and it's not even... Why are you not transferring like an infinite amount of power? Output 20,000. Why do we have... I have disable limit. Output 20,000 FE. Is it... Input 27,000. Is the environmental... Do you have a limit on how much you can insert from one side? Apparently it does. This is 12,000. And this is 20,000. Our wolves are sadly going to live in a refined storage system in Pokeballs. I moved the environmental controller in the floor because it does that little shiny thing that you can see through everywhere. And I'm gonna go check in the configs if that can be disabled, because it's really annoying that you see that everywhere you go. But it is what it is for the moment. If not, we're just not gonna use it because we don't really need it, to be honest. The speed we could get from the rock candy and also the saturation, we basically kind of have in a way, because we have food in here and it auto feeds us at all points in time. So we only have this at the base anyway. So when we go to the Twilight Forest, for example, or the Nether, we would get fed by the fruit salad in our backpack anyway. I purposely left a 3x3 area here, and we can stick a matter transmitter here in the middle. And if we go into the Nether, we are going to be able to set up a matter receiver somewhere. And we should be able to link up to that as well. We possibly need to chunk load the chunk. So maybe I go to the Nether Fortress. We can now easily dial this, right? Here. Whoosh, we're in the Nether. And do I need the thingy? Yeah, I need another one to get back. Of course I do. Okay, so we're gonna do a transmitter here. There we go. Now we can come here, if we name this the Nether again. There we go. And we can... I dialed this. Whoops. We need to go into the overworld, I think. And we can dial the one transmitter in the overworld then that we need to place. All right. I think I got it working. So here we dialed the Nether. And then we can go through here. And then here we dialed home. And we just have it dialed all the way. And we can come back home. So we basically have another teleport now. Oh, hide the teleportation beam. Ah, okay. You can just do that. Okay, cool. And there we go. If we go through here, you can come over here where I have this, which you haven't seen. It's just a spawner chamber room that I was using for testing some stuff and for also getting this guy, blockchain goblin. If we put this in here, I can show you how this works. So with this, you turn on the fans. With this, you turn on the spawner. And this needs to be turned on to turn on those. And these guys make armor shards. And I just went into the Twilight Forest to kill a bunch of them with my sword, which has capturing 7, and eventually I got a spawn egg. Or you might be able to make, yeah, you can make the spawn egg with these charm fragments. But these armor shards you can craft in a 9x9, in a 3x3. And you get armor shard clusters, which you can then smelt and make night metal ingots, which is one of the ingots required to make the ultimate ingot. So that is automatable. The other thing that's not automatable is the fire ingot from the Hydra. So that needs to be on a drop table of something that maybe fiery tears could be added to the drop rate of the Carmenite ghasts. Of these guys, the Carmenite ghastlings, because you can get those in a spawner. It's not really a thing that you need to automate an ultimate ingot anyway, so... I'm glad I'm doing this on single player so I can go into creative and just destroy this because we don't need it anymore. I really like the end cake better because you just right click it and you're in the end without having to make an end portal that you can't remove without being a server admin or whatever. So back to survival, and we have Nether and end access. And now we even know which leads to which, because otherwise we don't really. So it's just gonna be like that. And if we want to have 2 more portals to somewhere, for example, the Twilight Forest, if we ever need to go back there, which I don't think we do, but if we want the portal to there, we can put it over there, or put something else over there as well when we need it. We have sadly come to the wrapping up point for today's episode, but we did a whole bunch today. I'm glad that we did, because the base is really starting to come together, and I really have a nice idea for how I'm going to continue it. And I have the next 3 days off, so I'm going to record like crazy and hopefully get episodes on the backlog a little bit, so I have a little bit of a safety net if something goes wrong. So you guys are not left without any videos for a week or something. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you like the video, please hit the like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. You can also subscribe if you're not already. And you can also support me on Patreon as well if you want. And I will see you all in the next episode. Have a good one. Bye-bye.